November the 10th, 2025. I moved ahead a couple of days. If you would all rise for the Lord's Prayer and the Pledge of Allegiance. Councilman?
Yes, let us all repeat the Lord's Prayer together.
Our
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us of our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. At this time, we will have the approval of the minutes.
Yes, Madam Chair, we have one set of minutes tonight, which was a scheduled Mayor and Council regular session Wednesday, November the 24th. If there be no corrections at this time, let us do so. If there be any corrections, if not, I move that we accept this as presented.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Thank you very much. Okay, so we're gonna move right along, and thank you so much for joining us today. Ms. Francis from GCAC, she's gonna give us an update on the floating restaurant idea.
Yes. Well, okay, so you have an agenda, I think, in front of you all, or at least my comments and what I was going to cover.
I'm not sure. Hold on for a second. Do we have it?
Yeah.
Okay, do you have it for a slide?
Let's see.
Okay, there we go. It's kind of small, but yeah, go.
It's okay, no worries.
Okay, thank you.
So our last meeting, the last two meetings that we had, we actually had a meeting with the committee in November. But in September, we had a meeting with the restaurants. The last time I was here, that was our next step. To have a meeting with the restaurants, existing restaurant owners, and also a meeting with all the regulators. And so we did that September 8th and September 16th respectively. So the restaurant owners who attended included Christine Crockett from Mango Mama, Lori Renee Mayers from Chesapeake Steak and Seafood, Grace Meyer from Lady Grace that has a little restaurant that opens up, once a month, Silver Spoon.
Event space.
And Danny Nelson from Water's Edge. And Vinay Singh, who actually is opening a new restaurant, he came sort of in anticipation of what his issues might be. He came to learn, basically, which was very nice. And he opens, I think, on Friday. GCAC hired Bosserman, the Mosselman Center, from the Salisbury University, who came and facilitated the meeting with the restaurant owners, and was able to capture basically everything that came out of that meeting for us. In attendance on the committee side for that meeting were Clint Sterling. He brought with him Adam Riggin, Danny Thompson was there, Cheryl Hires representing the City and Arts and Entertainment was there, and myself, of course. So we talked about it, and I want to just capture the issues in common. I mean, I could go all day with all the various things that we talked about in the meeting, but the bottom line is that the challenges that I would say they mostly had in common included the cost of equipment, of shipping, things like hoods and fryers and sprinkler systems and fans. They had issues with health department, what they perceive as constraints, and the strictness of the health department. They felt in some cases there lacked some transparency on requirements, especially on non-food safety items. Labor was a common issue, finding good employees outside of summer. The need to constantly retrain the staff because there's lots of turnover, scheduling issues, finding employees invested in the business versus just a summer job. Food supply volume thresholds for ordering is difficult for them, especially since we are, in a growing stage as a community. It's difficult for them to benefit from a pricing standpoint. Rising costs of utilities and overhead, one of the things they all mentioned was community negativity. When people start posting negative things on Facebook, it does not help them at all. Lack of customer and through traffic was an issue. They did mention that events do not necessarily help them if they're not in the flow of traffic where they are located. So when they're in the marina, it's sort of outside of the area where people would leave. We have food trucks and other kinds of businesses there. And so they don't seem to notice the uptick that they would normally expect when there's an event. And also, so they perceive that the food vendors that are solicited to, say, be inside the marina or wherever the event is being held, have an advantage over their restaurants. Locations and size of restaurants were an issue. One of the restaurants in particular has an outside kitchen, inside kitchen. That's a difficulty in their case. Etc. So those were the challenges that I feel that they had in common. They did ask me to talk about, and the mayor, you did show up for that meeting, he came and sat in. They were concerned that we were looking to grow the number of restaurants in town. Feeling that, so they wanted to know why we were doing it, but feeling that if we grew the restaurants in town, they would go out of business. And we did explain that the reality is, if we're looking to grow our traffic and our business, we need to have more options and choices for the people who would come. No one ever goes on vacation to go to a town with 1 or 2 restaurants. They want a lot of options. And we don't want to keep losing people to other towns. So I'm not sure they bought it because, of course, it's a personal issue and their money's on the line. We get it. That does not trump the need that the town has overall in order to grow, and ultimately they will benefit as well because we have more traffic. As long as they continue to provide good service, they should be able to compete in that arena. Then we had Clint Sterling and Adam really made a fabulous presentation around the things that they're doing to market the area, and they talked about all the various examples. None of the restaurants were aware of the kind of marketing, the kind of data gathering that organization does to be able to understand what tourists are asking for, because they do poll and they do grab that information. So the technology that they're utilizing with trucks and banners and how they capture data from phones when they're driving through neighborhoods is really quite outstanding. And I believe that we're already benefiting from it because we're starting to get on a lot of lists of great place to retire to, great place that's quiet and not busy, overly busy, not full of traffic. So we have appeared just this year alone, I think, in like 10 different issues in the course of the year. I have to believe it's something that they're doing, promoting the area. So the advice from Bosserman to GCAC was to lean in and try and help them with their desires, the areas that they captured for us on the desired side, and identify and encourage them to reach out with restaurant promotions to Clint and Adam. So they learned, I think, for the first time that if they're having a special or a special promotion that would promote their restaurant, they should let them know, because they'll come, they'll do an interview, they'll start promoting it in other places to get traffic to the area. They were very excited about that, and it's very clear that given the lack of traffic to date that they experienced, they obviously don't have a very big marketing budget, which you need to have in order to get people to come to you. The desires that the Bosserman Center captured for us from all the conversations we had were more partnerships and mentorships in the areas where they don't have experience, like marketing, help with advertising marketing, target their ideal audiences, crisp feel in restaurants, specific branding, those were things that they would like to see more of, help with visibility, help scaling staff and needs to customer wishes. Lady Grace, in her case, was very specific, saying she would like to have tea room hours because many people come and ask about having tea at her place because it's a bed and breakfast. And that would, as an example, help her maintain staff. So in busy days, she could have people during the day, she could have people, later in the evening.
Right.
And would make her maximize her staff. And also to seek support from UMES and the Salisbury University and other organizations who are educating people in the hospitality business that could lend support in the employment area. Community support, they talked about a hotel conference center that would bring more people. It's very interesting, when we did ask them to talk about if they could paint a picture and what would the town look like, they all agreed on all the things that we've all been talking about as a city and GCAC as well, which I'll go back to. But workshops, educational opportunities on business needs, more people, more tourists, second homeowners, retirees, remote workers, more cross-collaboration with other restaurant owners, which is actually happening already, where they help each other out when they have a problem with, say, a supplier of food or recommendations, etc. And continue to promote each other's business as opposed to seeing each other as competitors. If somebody doesn't like what they have, readily promoting that they go, to the next restaurant they know that is open. Let's see if I have. I want to see if I could capture the piece that they asked them for. If they could, let's see. What does the ideal look like? We need to how to brand Crisfield, that we are a diamond in the rough. We need investment, want to see things for Crisfield, a revitalized town, at least the downtown. How do we become part of the destination? Have multiple things to do in the area, breed additional businesses, which supports traffic, which is right on target with what we're trying to strive for. So that's what came out of the meeting. I think they felt supported. It's not a perfect world, and I'm sure that there's going to be a lot of anxiety related to what's going on in the community. But anyway, those were the outputs of that particular meeting. And then the regulatory symposium, which Danny Thompson put together with his team, and that was excellent. You can see who attended. We have people from Somerset County Health Department, Diane Waller, Somerset County Liquor Board, Bob Murphy, Somerset County Planning and Zoning, Jesse Drewer, Will Cornish, City of Crisfield Code Enforcement, Mitch Petrulli, and Mitch, I think it was one of your first few days, right? Small Business Development Center out of Salisbury University, which is part of the Small Business Administration at a federal level, Scott Hines. The Department of Labor, Lower Shore Workforce Alliance, Leslie Porter was there. Department of Natural Resources, Jamil Sudan. Maryland Department of the Environment, Mary Phipps Dickerson, and the State Department of Critical Area Commission, Charlotte Shireen, who's actually another lady there as well. So, bottom line, as far as, we got up and we shared with them what our hopes were, what we were trying to do, kind of concepts we were trying to promote. We also shared with them, gave them some feedback on what the existing restaurants said that their challenges were. And I think the bottom line on that, from a restaurant's point of view, I think it's a two-way street. I think that the regulation piece, and I think, Mitch, you actually recommended, I think it came from you, that maybe we put together some sort of a manual, at the sort of municipal level that says these are all the things that you need to do. So people are not surprised. I think the challenges that these restaurants have is that they don't know everything that they need. They think they do, right? And maybe whoever's communicating is not giving them all the information. So they end up going back and forth. Oh, I didn't know I had to do that. Oh, I didn't know I had to do that. And that creates stress and anxiety, and they feel it takes them a long time. So we said, well, one of the ways to overcome that issue was, to your suggestion, to put together something that guides them along the way, and maybe it's even some sort of a class that they could attend with notes and a manual that they can refer to help them navigate that.
Gotcha.
Then the committee, which was really another piece of our goal, was to understand, to get them to understand what we were looking to do with the floating restaurants, and to kind of hear from them, what are the challenges we're going to face? And there were several. So it's not gonna be an easy thing. So while itself looks easy, if we were to find the right boat and the right size and, you know, a container and all of these different concepts, right, floating barges, there are rules that regulate all of those things, mostly because of our critical areas. So, for example, a boat or a barge that's floating, any floating, I don't wanna call it vehicle, but establishment, has to be able to be moved under its own power. So in a lot of places, they use boats that are no longer, I mean, they may be able to float, but they no longer have motors in them that move someplace else. And we'd have to figure out whether it could be considered a fixture attached in some way, or not. And the only way to do that is to determine who would like to try that idea, where would it be located, and what the rules were going to be. Now, we did discover, and there's a lot of detail that I will not be able to recall, obviously, completely, but it appeared that somewhere along the line, some time ago, a long time ago, when a lot of the critical areas were established, Crisfield preserved the right as a city to ask for a variance or approve a variance if they felt the economic situation impacted them enough. Because of the density, you know, of the city.
Has somebody told you that, I assume?
They told us there in the meeting. I mean, they all seem to know it. I was sort of surprised because
I don't know who they are, but
I don't think that Danny or others knew it, but I think that they knew it. I mean, I maybe he
Who's
did.
they? Do you know who they is?
Oh, yeah, it was the critical area group, Charlotte Shireen. I think Jesse said that, yeah, the city can reserve, and again, I'm sure the devil's in the detail, right? What's the request? What
You don't look it up
the issue
for
is?
us, no problem. Okay.
But apparently the
But
city
okay.
would reserve some rights some time ago that allow you to make a decision based on the economic impact to the community. So,
That'd be huge. Okay.
yeah, anyway, it may not be the right decision, so it's gonna depend on what, the vehicle that's being used,
Right.
the where, right?
Yeah.
Traffic and all of those things, and then of course safety overrides all of that,
Right.
right? So,
The investment.
and the investment, yeah. So bottom line is, we love the ideas, but they may be difficult.
So the question is, where are you guys going with it from here? So for the floating restaurant, what's
Well,
the next
first, we
step?
still
What are you guys
want, we
gonna
would like to identify people who have an interest, to understand the where. We know we'd like to develop where Fisherman's Grill is and that whole area where you are. As an example, a boat in front of your place would probably be ideal, because it would add more seating, right? And intrigue by people.
So
who
you
might
guys
listen.
are looking for, tell me what you're looking for and what your
We
what your
need to
plans
first
are.
find investors, because that's what's gonna tell how much they have to invest, what they're willing to take on, and whether they want that concept or do they just wanna occupy a regular empty space that might exist right now.
So I guess from my standpoint, as far as the floating restaurant is concerned, what's the next step? Are the next steps? What are you doing?
We need to, well, the committee needs to meet again, and we need to talk about how do we identify potential restaurateurs that would be interested in that concept. I'll give you another example. I had no idea that shipping containers are not allowed, I think they said in the county, right? I don't think it's the state, but I think the county.
Okay.
Where in other places, they do allow multiple uses for the use of shipping containers, building homes and, you know, mini restaurants and stuff like that, but apparently they're not allowed here. So that idea of putting a place like that right now is not something I don't think that you can override.
The request needs to be submitted to the zoning administrator for approval of the shipping.
Say
So
again?
he's saying that there is an option of submitting a request to the, to the zoning, who is planning and zoning,
Yeah?
to planning and zoning.
Okay.
So that he's saying
Well,
that
that's
that
good. They
it's not,
said it wasn't allowed in the area.
I'm not
It's
sure.
In the county, it's not. You're not allowed to have it at all. You can only have it if you're, say, demoing a house, rehabbing a house. You can put it on your lot temporarily and have it removed.
Right,
But
that's
what
what they
about the
said.
municipality
That's a mechanic.
I don't think that was one of the things that came up with your ability to override. It was more like if it was in a critical area.
Yeah, we dictate ourselves when it comes to those, so I mean, we could
Right.
dictate it, but still with the shipping units, you're gonna run into issues with fire marshal. They're not built up to a code standard where it's technically safe for people to reside, not necessarily reside in there, but go in there regularly.
Like,
Right.
So all that would have to be taken under consideration, that's what Peter would
Right,
do.
and the size and
Yeah.
all of that, right,
Okay.
okay. So
All
there's
right.
work to do.
Okay, yeah, that's what I wanted to
It's not as easy as we
just get
thought
an
we could be,
Right,
but
right.
there's work to
But
do.
I need to know, you guys are still working towards it?
Yes,
Is that what
yes.
we're doing? Okay.
We
I
are
just
still
wanna
working
make sure.
towards it. And then the other thing that I wanted to mention is that, you know, I know all of us, not just GCAC, all of us recognize that we're in a critical situation with a reduced amount of restaurants that we
Yeah,
have.
yeah, we do.
And so there has to be an effort, which we, GCAC, are willing to take to work closely with Danny Thompson, with tourism, whoever we need to work with, the real estate community,
Mhm.
to identify commercial investors who would come in and open restaurants and businesses and bars and, you know, all of that. And while we know that Greg Kane has a big project, the Seventh Street
Mhm.
project, Marina project, is gonna bring some of that.
Mhm.
It's gonna be a few years from now. There's no exact date and time. And so, everything's gonna have to happen simultaneously as best as we can. But it's a big issue right now. And now there are people, you know, I don't know how, there is definitely space available for a bar with Sunset View. I'm sure we could figure it all out. We just need to get investors here who have the wherewithal to transform buildings, to, you know, to do those things. Now, having said that, one of the attendees of that meeting, two of the attendees that really stood out, because they weren't regulatory people.
Mhm.
One was Scott Haynes from the Small Business Administration,
Scott Hines.
Hines, sorry.
Mhm.
They meet with entrepreneurs all the time, who go to them for business planning help, ideas, you know, structure, you know, just learning tools.
Right.
And he works with existing restaurants in other towns in the area, in the region. And so he had a couple of people they've been working with that are looking to open restaurants. So he
Okay.
came here last month, and Cindy Stevenson and I took him all around
Okay.
to just get a lay of the land, because he's from Delaware, so he's not a local person. And to understand where the empty restaurant businesses are.
Yeah.
And he saw a couple of places that are empty. So
Okay, yeah.
hopefully, he has an interested person that would be a good match for one of the places that exist. We need to
Keep
do
us
more,
posted. Yeah.
we need to do more of that type of collaboration. The other is the woman from the Department of Labor Lower Shore Workforce Alliance.
Yeah.
They're doing a lot of training in the hospitality arena. And so, you know, referring potential people that want to be in that industry to them for training would be important, but also encouraging our restaurants to reach out to them for potential candidates that can help them.
Absolutely.
So that's where we are. We commit to you that we will continue to work toward that end. It's gonna take everybody, you know. So if anybody knows someone who wants and, you know, they need a little tour around or whatever, and you guys don't have time, just call us, right?
Okay.
And we'll do what we can.
Thank you very much, Francis. Absolutely. Any questions, council? Anybody have questions? Councilman Langford, you have any questions?
No questions.
Thank you, Francis. Keep us
Thank you.
posted. We're really interested in the floating restaurant. I don't know if we can get there, but I mean, I thought that it would be something unique for our town, and so I know that
Well,
there's a lot
we're
of,
not
there's a
ready
lot
to
of interest.
abandon it, but.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of interest at that point, and so hopefully we can do that. And the MVA services,
She called just before other meeting and said she had ran into a problem with transporting somebody for something, and she didn't think she'd make it because she had to go all the way to Pocomoke and come back, so she
Okay.
said she'd be scheduled for the next meeting.
okay, so we'll reschedule our MVA services with Mrs. Pugh. For those of you who don't know, she's the one who's opening the office down near where the pet place is, the old liquor store, I call it, in that shopping center, but she's on the opposite end. So,
Is that the building with the blue lights on and a number on the marquee.
Right, we'll have a conversation, absolutely, absolutely. So, oh, fantastic, and now we have another treat, our United States Coast Guard Auxiliary Information. Mr. Small, thank you so much for coming. We had a conversation sometime before, but you guys can come up and tell us what you guys offer.
Okay, this is my device for tool commander.
Thank you, if you won't mind, that way the camera can see you, if you stand over there, thank you.
I'm gonna turn it over to him.
Okay, introduce me.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Thank you, Mayor Taylor, and
Sure.
council members and guests for allowing us to speak to you tonight. I'm Don Kozinski, I'm the Coast Guard Auxiliary Division Vice Commander for the Lower Eastern Shore. With me is John Small. John is our flotilla commander for our Salisbury flotilla. And what I'd like to do is just briefly tell you a little bit about who we are, what we do, and then what we'd like to do here in Crisfield.
Sure.
So the U.S. Coast Guard Auxiliary is a voluntary uniform organization supporting the Coast Guard. The auxiliary was formed by the as the Coast Guard Reserve by an act of Congress in 1939. So we go back a ways.
Oh, yeah.
And it was composed of unpaid volunteer citizens who owned motorboats and yachts. Later in 1941, Congress created an actual military reserve of the Coast Guard, and so we became the Coast Guard Auxiliary. During World War II, the auxiliary took over much of the private boating, search and rescue responsibilities from the Coast Guard, freeing up resources for the war effort. And in addition to rescuing hundreds of victims of small pleasure boats and airplanes during that period, auxiliaries also played an important role in the rescues of merchant ship crews that had been torpedoed off the course. Time after time, the auxiliaries took their tiny boats out, a few armed with rifles, boat hooks, and flashlights, to haul drowning, burned merchant seamen from the sea. Ultimately, the Coast Guard Auxiliary rescued more than 500 seamen from the sea during that period of the war. Since then, there have been many changes in our organization, the programs, the Coast Guard Auxiliary, but the core mission continues to be the same: support of the Coast Guard and promotion of safe boating. The auxiliary provides boater safety courses, working with various states' departments of natural resources to instruct pleasure boaters on the legal requirements and proper operation of vessels. Completion of many of the courses result in the state issuing a card certifying the person has taken a boating course. And in Maryland, it's a requirement that all boat operators born after July 1st, 1972 has to carry that card on board, just like a driver's license, when they're operating a motorboat. We also have courses for young children, stressing safety around the water and around boats, and proper wearing of life jackets. Most people know us from either boating courses or a vessel safety check. Vessel safety checks are free examinations of the boat's equipment, ensuring that it meets legal and safety requirements. The auxiliary doesn't have law enforcement powers, so we do the vessel safety check to hopefully prevent a boat owner from receiving a citation due to missing or inadequate equipment. Some items such as fire extinguishers and visual distress signals have expiration dates which have to be current to be legal. So hopefully if something's expired, again, we catch it before the DNR or the Coast Guard does. Examiners will also make suggestions for things that are not legally required, but good to have to increase safety aboard the boat. If everything on board meets legal requirements, the decal is affixed to the boat. And while not a guarantee, most of the time the Coast Guard or the DNR will not stop a boat to check their equipment if they see our decal. Those are some of the more noticeable of the auxiliaries activities, but they're only a small part of what we do. Auxiliaries assist at Coast Guard stations by handling radio communication, assisting with water, on-the-water training exercises and patrols, handling public relations during extreme weather conditions and boating accidents. We also provide direct support at Coast Guard stations. Besides conducting on-the-water and air safety patrols, we also provide administrative support for culinary, chaplain, legal, medical, and even security at events, among other things. For all these programs, auxiliaries have to go to the same training as the regular Coast Guard. All these activities enable the Coast Guard to deploy resources to other responsibilities, or sometimes give a coastie an evening or a day off after working long hours. Requirements to become an auxiliarist: you have to be a citizen of the United States, at least 17 years old, and pass a background check. What we ask of our members is to complete the training courses, and there's new member introductions and well as core courses that cover Coast Guard procedures and safety training. We ask that they be active in at least one program. There's no mandatory requirements of time or hours a week or whatever, just as long as you're active in some phase. We also require uniforms for whatever activities that you're going to be involved in. We represent the Coast Guard in all we do, and so it's our duty to present ourselves respectfully to the public. Need to have access to a computer and internet, as many of our training courses and reporting of activities is all done online now. Our dues are $45 a year currently, and we also ask our members to attend our meetings. Our goal here in Crisfield: over 5 years ago, there was an auxiliary flotilla here in Crisfield. Maybe some of you remember that. This is a great boating area, and the people here in your city are wonderful people. Everyone that John and I have met have been such a pleasure to work with, and all the boaters, so polite. So I just can't say enough about it. We want to reestablish a flotilla here. This area is such a boating haven. I think we could add to the safety and use of boats here on the waterfront. To do that, we need 15 members. In the meantime, until we reach that level, we can handle the administrative requirements out of the Salisbury flotilla and form a detachment here now. So all the administrative stuff, paperwork, we're a government organization. I'm sure you can appreciate that.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Uh,
So it wouldn't be standalone initially, is what
It
you're
wouldn't
saying?
be
It would
standalone,
be
you have the
attached
support
to Salisbury
of the group
while you
itself.
build something, but once you get to 15, then it's standalone. Is
Then
that-
it'll
is
be
that kind of-
standalone
Okay,
here.
gotcha.
And the detachment would still have its own meeting here, but welcome to attend meetings in Salisbury, or we have virtual meetings online too, so if they want to participate that way, they're very welcome to do that. We're grateful for the support that you've given us. And we appreciate any additional support that you and the council can provide to us to help get the word out in the community. I'm happy to answer any questions, and John and I will leave contact information for us if you do have any questions.
So you're recruiting, help me understand what you're doing. So you're recruiting to start an auxiliary here again, is basically what you're recruiting to do.
Yes.
And so you listed kind of the requirements for the recruits, but I just want to make sure I understand. So they don't have to be a part of the Coast Guard, it's not necessary,
No.
it could be anyone to volunteer. Of course, they'll go through the processes, but anyone who's interested could volunteer.
As long as they're over 17 and a citizen.
Okay, all right, good. So, just didn't know if Fabian, maybe you can help us with advertising for them. We want to make sure we have your contact information. We can help with advertising that you're looking for folks. No requirements other than being 17 years old and a citizen. They'll just go through the processes. I know you said background check and some other things that are part of the process. But anyone who's interested in helping and interested in voting, that's it?
That's it.
Okay, all right, it works for me. Questions?
How long is the course for the certification?
So, it's up to the individual, to be honest with you. Each member has to take a boating course. So, I mean, we offer a boating course that will certify them in, typically we'll do it like on a Saturday. So it's an all-day Saturday course, if they haven't taken a boating course yet. All the other training is done online at the leisure of the people, and John and I are also there to assist them to get through the training courses.
Fantastic. Any questions? Questions? Councilman Langford, any questions?
Yeah, no questions.
Well, we really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for coming out and giving us the information, and definitely want to be able to assist you in recruiting, because it would be wonderful to have that auxiliary back in Chrisfield.
Thank you so much.
So no, thank you, appreciate you, absolutely. Okay, so this one is gonna be just a quick update. So if you guys remember the last time, I did not have my information with me, and I just wanted to just talk about what is in the fire department earmark that we will be receiving. We haven't received it yet, but we will be receiving it. So the earmark, and there are some clarifications that need to be made here, because we want to make sure that things have not changed. But the earmark that we put in was for a total of $1.8 million. And then with $1.3 million was for the earmark, and then we would have a match of $452,500. So that would be the match for the fire department. And so we did get the 1.357. And so what was in that grant? I want to make sure, because there were some questions about that the last time. But in the grant that was submitted, and I do have what I believe was the most current copy of what was submitted. I say that because we made 2 submissions. But in the copy that we had, what it would pay for was a feasibility study to provide engineering and architectural services. The study will provide all county and state requirements for infrastructure and building construction, site soil testing, tree removal, and mitigation requirements, cost for installation of sewer and water, and a preliminary building design with construction estimate. And the study will also provide preliminary infrastructure design, and that was $125,000 just for that. And then in there was also the cost to mitigate areas of non-tidal wetlands, and that was $250,000. And the reason for that was because when we applied for this earmark, and the earmark, for those who may not be aware, was for us to be able to build a new fire department outside of the floodplain. Because we had so many issues with the building that we have, but it sits in the floodplain, it's not ADA compliant, it was built in the 60s? 1962. So we needed a new one, and this was just to set the stage to begin that process. It was not to build it, because you can't build anything for $1.8 million, and I'm a testament. But what was in there was also to enter into a contract with an architectural firm to provide bid-ready documents for infrastructure construction, finalize the building design, and provide bid-ready construction drawings. So that was in there for $425,000. And then to construct access to the property from Route 413, $210,000. And then to install building infrastructure to include water and sewer lines located on Route 413, tree removal mitigation, and development of the property prior to building construction, $800,000. So those are the things that were in that, because there was some confusion. There was not money in there to purchase land. There was money in there to build on land that we already own, but that land is a wetlands. So we put money in to mitigate that wetland process. So that's what was in that Firemark grant. It would basically be the engineering and design to get us started. So I just wanted to clarify that for everybody.
Thank you, Mayor.
Any questions anybody have on that?
Yeah, I know I've asked this before, but in the grant, does it specifically say that it has to be out of the floodplain?
Does it specifically say that?
Yes.
No, that's what we said when we described the project
Yeah.
that we were doing, and that's one of the reasons we said we were requesting the money.
Okay. All right. Yeah, because, I mean, when you get into actually getting out of the floodplain, the only option in the city of Chrisfield would be tearing down Chrisfield High School, or would be going up to Marion, is the closest place we know.
Yeah, so let me be careful when I say outside the floodplain. Where we were building is where Carver Hall was.
I understand.
Right.
But it's
Right.
only because you know what I mean?
No, I don't.
I'm familiar with what you're saying about, it's not necessarily you're trying to get it out of the floodplain as much as you're getting out of a flood zone.
Yes, out of the flood zone.
Exactly.
So you're looking at the terminology
Yeah.
and saying that to officially get out of a floodplain, we'd have to go even further out. But what we're building is getting them out of the flood zone.
Yeah.
Because we know up at Carver Hall, it doesn't flood. So it's in that Carver Hall area that we were looking at building. So yeah, so you're talking about technical.
Yeah. I just
The
wanted to
technical
make
side.
sure, because, you know, if it was written that it has to be out of the floodplain, we'd be.
No, they understood. It was written that right now, if things flood, they can't even get
Yeah.
into the station, so that was the issue. And yeah, we're fine with that, the terminology is fine. Any other questions? Questions, Councilman Langford?
No, thank you for the clarification.
Okay, sure, and thank you guys. We will hear more about that as time goes on. The one quick thing that I did want to mention is that when you put in an earmark, and Congressman Harris really pushed this through for us, we also got a letter from Senator Van Hollen and also Brooks that they pushed as well for us to get this done. But it goes to an agency, and that agency is the agency that you then work with. And in this case, it went to the Delaware, Maryland USDA Rural Development Office. So that's who we'll be working with. When we got the earmark for the city dock, that went through an organization called MARAD, and we're working with them right now to elevate the city dock. So it depends on, you get the earmark, and then it's an agency that you work through to get the funding, and that's how it works. Okay, and so I hope this is you, Ms. Joyce, because I don't think this is me.
I have part of it in front of me.
Okay, this is our borrowing resolution. Tell me what we're doing here.
So this is an extension of our interim loan with Hebron Savings Bank for the Cove and Rubber Street
Rubber Street.
Rubber Set Lift Station project. We are gonna extend the loan for 2 years due to our, extended need for materials, etc. Resolution number 495, resolution of the mayor and council of the city of Chrisfield. A resolution of the mayor and council of the city of Chrisfield, a municipal corporation of the state of Maryland, authorizing the modification of an existing line of credit issued by Hebron Savings Bank, originated on October 29, 2019, under loan reference HSB number 1289705, for the benefit of the city of Chrisfield by extending the maturity date of the loan from December 31st, 2025 to December 31st, 2027, to allow for the completion of improvements to the city of Chrisfield's wastewater facilities. All other terms and conditions of the above stated loan will remain in effect. Now be it therefore resolved by the mayor and city council of Chrisfield that Darlene Taylor, mayor, and Joyce Morgan, clerk treasurer, on the behalf of the city of Chrisfield, are hereby authorized to modify the existing line of credit issued by Hebron Savings Bank for the benefit of the city of Chrisfield by extending the term of the loan to December 31st, 2027. That all other provisions of ordinance number 46488 enacted by the mayor and council of the city of Chrisfield on September 25th, 2019, authorizing the existing loan shall remain in full force and effect, including without limitation section 24 of such ordinance relating to tax measures.
Joyce, what was that ordinance number here says 688?
688.
688, you're good, okay.
That Darlene Taylor, mayor, and Joyce Morgan, treasurer, are authorized to enter in any agreement, certificates, and any other documents which they deem necessary or desirable in order to carry out the provisions of this resolution.
Okay, Jason.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, you're right. Oh, I'm so used, I'm looking back here because you're always back there. Thank you for being here. So this is the project that we haven't been able to complete yet.
This is the project that's under construction right now for Hopkins for the 2 pump stations. And what it is, part of the funding package is you are receiving a loan from USDA. However, USDA does not give you your money until the project is done and complete. So this is basically a bridge loan to supplement or to account for any USDA covered expenses that they will ultimately cover. This allows you to have some cash in hand to be able to use that, and any interest that this bears is also reimbursable by USDA. So it's a bridge loan is basically what it is.
Right, but we had to do this though because the project should have been done,
It was
correct?
supposed to have been done by now, but now it's going to be stretching into April, May of next year, so we have to extend this in order to keep that. cash.
Right, I just want to make sure
Yes.
council was aware that this
Yeah,
is,
sorry.
this has been an ongoing project and that we haven't gotten there yet, so we've got to extend this so that we can have that available credit
Yes.
to be able to cover whatever expenses we need to cover,
Yes, ma'am.
because we don't have the money to do it yet. So I just want to make sure everybody was clear.
This is
Go ahead.
required annually anyway, right? And we put in a new resolution every year for borrowing resolution?
Well, this one is just for this Cove and Rubber Street,
Oh.
Rubber Street.
It's
Cove and Rubber
the
project.
current loan is expiring, so we are extending it by 2 more years to get to the
Yeah,
end
because
of
we
the
didn't finish.
project. It's an existing loan, it is not new.
Right. Any questions, other questions, council? Councilman Langford, any questions?
No questions.
Okay, so we need a motion.
Motion to approve resolution number 495.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.
And we do need that signed tonight, so we can submit that to the.
Is it right here? Is it up here?
I believe Val.
Where is it, Val?
Yes.
Right there, should be to your side.
Oh, I done put a lot of things to the side tonight.
See, I don't
We in
know.
trouble. I had a whole bunch of stuff over here.
I don't know that.
It's up here somewhere?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, guys, do bear with me. I've been on the road all day. Here it is. Okay, got it. So let me pass it around and let you guys sign. Let's see. We'll start that way. Okay. And while we're signing, there you are, DJ. Okay, and so, yep, just want you to give us a brief update on what's happening, at the plant and around the city and why somebody's still digging in my yard and, you know, all that stuff.
So, to start with around the city, we have, Teal is done underground on 4th Street. They've replaced all of the sidewalks.
But they're not done.
They're not done over there, they're done in the ground.
Okay,
But they got all the cleanout stacks are gonna be taken down to ground level,
okay,
that they have installed. One was already done for the parking lot at the lodge.
at Elks Lodge, that was the
Yes,
call.
that
Mhm.
was already taken care of and done
Okay.
with.
So is it at ground level?
Yes, it's at ground level.
Okay, all right.
What happens is when you cut, for the parking lot, there's something called a lamp post frame and cover, it's a cast iron cover
Okay,
that goes over it so it can be driven on.
okay,
So that's what goes over it, it's not the plastic that you see sticking up out of the ground, it's
okay,
sitting down on the ground to be broken, it's got that lamp post frame and cover, that cast iron cover over top of it to make it load bearing,
okay.
so it won't break.
Yeah, and for those who don't know what we're talking about, the guys who were doing the work,
Doing the replacement on 4th Street of the
Yeah.
sewer line. They replaced sewer cleanouts as they won't buy.
they're this tall.
And they left them high,
Yeah, right,
and it was in the parking lot, so they cut it down, put the frame and cover over it, so it's load bearing, so they can use the parking lot as needed.
and then they're gonna pave.
Yes,
the
they're
stuff
going
with
to,
it.
they're gonna pave.
It hasn't been done.
With the weather being as cold as it is, it's probably gonna have to wait until it warms up some, because most asphalt plants don't open up when it's under 30 degrees.
Well, they already paved the other parts though, up to that.
No, not 4th Street.
Oh, okay,
They
so I'm
put
thinking
milling-
about-
They put
yeah.
millings down.
I'm thinking about sidewalk, but it's
Yeah, they put
actually-
the sidewalk down.
Okay, so.
The sidewalk's
okay.
been replaced.
Okay, all right.
They are now over by Matompians. They have all of their shoring.
They're back at Matopkins?
Yeah, they're back over at Matompians. They have all the sheeting used to try to stop the water over there. I don't have an actual start time of when they're gonna start trying to do that, but they do have,
Casey said they can't do it, so we'll see.
they do have all the sheathing
Can't
and
stop the water.
pilings over there to
Try to block it.
try to stop the water from coming in as they go along.
So what that is over at Matopkins, they are replacing another part of 1936 sewer, but the issue was they tried to do it already, but they couldn't stop the water from coming in, so they couldn't stop the water enough for them to get in there and replace the, line.
Yes.
But now they're gonna try to put some things in, they went
Yes.
back and they're gonna try to put some things in to stop the water,
Yes.
and hopefully they can stop the water,
It's basically plate steel
okay,
that they drive down below the water grade. And then they got a sheet that goes over top of the pipeline itself, and then they can dig in there and pump it out. The theory is that you stop what's coming into the trench itself. You can't stop it all, but you can slow it down enough that
for
the
them to
pumps,
get in there.
to be able to pump it out and do what they need to do as they go by.
Let's hope.
So Hopkins, has all the manholes for the air relief valves for the force main.
Okay,
I know they're waiting on the actual lift station, structures, thank you. Structures to come in before they start digging that in.
where are we?
We are,
Rubberset?
for Rubberset and Cove Street, they're waiting on the structures to come in to actually build the actual lift stations themselves.
Okay,
So that's just waiting on materials. They have brought more materials over to the plant. They're supposed to be bringing a Connex box over
to put controls and stuff, electrical,
Okay.
components
Okay.
over at the plant.
Okay.
So it's on site, so that
Okay.
when they get everything in here, they can knock it out.
Sometime,
Yes,
somebody's lifetime, okay,
so that's on
Okay.
Hopkins.
all right.
Simple Fiber,
Mm.
they are digging test pits where we have located all our water and sewer. So they are making sure that they are actually going under and missing what we got in the ground.
That,
For the fiber that they're running for the housing authority, they're digging holes in yards to find the actual utilities, so they know the depth of which to go when they bore under them to miss them.
okay, I had a conversation, okay, all right.
So,
And actually, they have a really good flyer, I need to get to you, LaFabian, that does some explanation, but I'm still asking them to give us a heads up. Ask them to call you, Peter, when they're gonna be where they're gonna be. They were gonna be on Broadway, and now they're gonna be on 3rd Street or whatever that is. So I would like us to be able to tell the citizens that they're working in this area today.
okay,
So,
I'll get a hold of,
I know, Brett's brother,
Brett.
I
Yeah,
cannot
I
think
can't
of
think of
his,
his
I can't
name.
think of, I talked to him though.
Kurt.
Kirk Davis,
Yes.
he called me earlier this week, he
Okay.
stated what they're doing. He also stated that they were going to house with flyers to ensure that the community was updated on what they're doing.
Yeah, unfortunately, a lot of people aren't home, so when they put the flyer in the mailbox, and if the person's home, I'd like them to know before they start digging, so they would not be, so I'm just asking him to back that up for a day, and I asked him to give you that information, and once you get it, if you give it to LaFabian, then we can make sure we cover that. Okay, all right, go ahead.
so that's what's major going on out in the town.
Yep,
So this morning at the plant, our air compressor, there's a small oil line that runs from the top to the bottom, broke off this morning.
of course.
So we fixed that ourselves.
Oh,
We were able to get copper tubing and put a new line in
Wonderful.
place. We
okay,
changed the oil of the air compressor while we were right there,
wonderful,
and both of them, so they've been serviced.
good,
I know that the one we got the PO to have the one rebuilt. The valves inside, internal valves have gone up in it. So it still runs, it's still creating air. But the problem is with the valves inside are, not working the way they're supposed to. So it's got a blow-off valve
okay,
that blows off, so it's wasting air
okay,
as it's building pressure, so I'm just waiting on them to get the parts and get in here and do it.
okay,
But we were able to fix the minor thing, change the
Good.
oil in it,
good,
made sure that the oil's at the level that it was at,
okay,
and
and we're good,
that we're good with that. So the D-Night filter that's working is back up and going, it didn't stop up or anything like that,
okay,
so
all right,
we were good to go with that, so.
good,
I've reached out again to Dave Graham for the air control valves for the DOs.
sure, right?
Sure, right, yes. Again, to inform him that I need the quote again.
Okay,
I know he was out,
okay,
so I just re-emailed him again today to be like, hey, we're moving forward with this, I need the quote.
okay, and for those who
Okay.
don't know what that was when we were having these major problems with the TN numbers, we thought part of that had to do with the DO controls
Yes,
not working well, so we are having Shorelight, who is the person that kind of does that, give us a quote for replacing those, because we absolutely have to do
Yes.
that, okay.
because what's happening
All right.
now is the weather's getting cold and
It's gonna be
it's
fluctuating.
fluctuating,
again.
so.
Yeah. Okay,
and-
get me it as soon as possible. so
Will
we can
do.
Get it done.
And that's, the plant's
Okay. Good,
doing well.
and, okay,
Considering.
fantastic, now,
Yeah,
every day I look up there, it's not spinning.
I got a message today that the wind was varying tremendously, so it could stop, but I don't know if it ever stopped.
It did stop.
Did
It did stop.
It's always stopped.
I went over there to check it. The brake system was on.
Yeah.
And while I was over there, it started back up on its own. So-
That's like I say, it's finicky when the wind changes and does some weird stuff. and it's all protection stuff. They keep
Now,
going, it's gonna break.
Now, here's my concern, and then this is the only thing that I just wanna say. I know you guys are talking to them, and they're supposed to be coming here soon.
They've already been and gone.
Oh, no.
They've serviced it and
Oh,
they've
no.
replaced the contactors.
Oh, no. How long ago was that?
A week.
Oh, no. The wind turbine, it just keeps stopping.
But you saying, oh no, you like, you didn't.
I don't know, because I wanted them to come here, and they said the contactors they thought was a big part of the problem. But if that's the case, and they replaced the contactors, it's been, in the past week, I've seen it stop 4 or 5 times.
I'll reach out to them and see.
I get tired of texting you guys and saying down. I mean, because I could do that. I can do it every day.
They're monitoring it, so when it goes down, if there's an alarm because of a fault, they contact me. If it goes down, stops because of low speed or even a high speed, they don't get an alarm for that.
We need
I
access to
can-
that information.
Yeah, because let me tell you what my concern is. So my concern is that I remember, I've been here 3 years, so I remember, I guess, year 1, I remember signing the electric bills, and the electric bills for that plant were like $3,000, $4,000 max. Then when it stopped totally, I'm signing like anywhere from $12,000 to $19,000. So that was the difference when it's not working. And even today, when it's supposed to be working, the last one, I just signed it, Tiffany's here, but the last one was like $9,000 again. So I'm saying that, there's still, we're in a bad place.
I'll reach out to
We
them, see
need,
what we can.
that, we
see what
can't
can
do
get.
that. Yeah, we absolutely can't do that on a monthly basis.
And even if it is high winds, we need an email saying from
This
them.
is why, just,
It's
tell
all-
us something.
Even if it's middle of the night, or
Yeah,
however
yeah.
that system works, we've been asking for that since the installation of it, and we've never
Really?
received it from them yet. And it wasn't from these people, it was from the
Okay.
original
Right.
people.
While we're on the subject, a few constituents called me this morning, that there was a noise last night. They didn't know if it was a transformer or was the windmill or what. I called Brian today and asked Brian to go by and see if he heard the noise or whatever. Brian updated me that something was,
There's a plate at the base of one of the,
Yeah,
they kind of flop
the
around
rotors
as
that
it
flops.
rotates. That's the only thing that seems abnormal.
so I don't know if this noise, did you hear this? You heard this?
No, I didn't hear noise.
Okay.
I didn't get told about a noise either.
I looked, I didn't hear it,
They thought it was coming from where the windmill
They
was?
didn't know if it was a transformer going up or if it was the windmill, but they could not
In that
sleep.
area.
It was a strong wind.
They could not sleep, so I said,
It was
if it
in
was a
the
strong,
area.
I said if it was a strong wind, the windmill should have stopped.
Yeah, and when the windmill stops, it does make a racket when it stops because the blades will pitch to stop it and the brake system kicks on. So it does make a lot of noise when it
But this
shuts
one,
down.
this noise was all through the night.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna research again tonight myself.
Because this morning it was running and it sounded normal when I came in.
Yeah, what happened?
And I don't know if it's that, I don't know if it's
Okay.
it could be a transformer, but I'm gonna,
We'll have them call you when it
I didn't hear it
occurs.
today. I didn't hear it myself, but I just got a text just a while ago. I text you that noise is still happening somewhere. So I don't know if
They have to tell us
I
the
told-
vicinity. Can they tell us the vicinity of the noise?
Tower Street, Cole Street, it's in that area.
Okay.
This is where I got the
That's where
call
they're
from.
hearing the noise,
That's
and
where
we-
they live. This is where the constituents live in this area, so.
and they're hearing the noise,
They're hearing
so,
this bad noise.
but
They
we don't
could
know
not
where the
sleep.
noise is coming from. Okay. I'm not sure how to
Just got
research
home,
that.
need to turn off that, if that's what it is. So I don't know.
Okay, so I don't know what investigation, but we'll talk to you some more about that, and we'll have the
okay.
guys take a look and try to figure out where the noise might be coming from.
Thank you.
Get some more information on what it sounds like. Okay, thank you very much,
You're
DJ.
welcome.
Okay, and you're gonna leave me for a minute? Is that what I
Yes.
hear? Okay,
I'll be available by phone.
and who will be in charge?
Devin will be in charge, but I will
Okay.
be available by phone.
Okay, all right.
So anything comes
You
up
want me to
that's
take
not
Caribbeans?
Oh, you know,
copacetic,
I'll call you.
You gonna
No
take
problem.
care of it? You want
Okay.
the Caribbeans?
no.
Yeah, right, okay, all right, okay. All right, anyone have any questions for DJ?
Thank you.
Okay, Councilman Langford?
My questions were, taken care of, my issues were taken care of by Jason, and I apologize for bothering you last week. DJ, I should have been bothering you, but Jason took care of it. The smell that the church was on now, and it was because that pipe was broken that they fixed it, so everything was good
Yeah, exactly. Okay, thank you. All right, okay, Mr. Fowler, if you wanna give us a little update on where we are, cause Somerset Avenue doesn't look paved to me. Did I miss something?
No, so as DJ said, the cold weather has delayed them on their projects that they're trying to finish. So the window we were looking at right now is actually helpful, because it would be during school winter break. So the issue, and the other issue we face being in Chrisfield is bringing asphalt to Chrisfield. If you're hauling asphalt from Virginia, you cannot haul as big a load across as you can if you're coming out of Delmarva.
Oh, really?
So we have to pay more for less asphalt if we get it from Virginia. So we can get more road paved, it needs to come from Delmarva. With the cold temperatures, you lose too much of the heat in the truck coming that far. So like this, the weather right now is a little colder than it should be, with it trending up next week. So I spoke with them today, and they're aiming, if we can do it during winter break, I think we could close a larger portion of the road for a longer period of time, and they can knock it out in a couple days. So
Okay, so
that's where we're at.
what are we talking about? Because they
The
were supposed to be
22nd
here,
through the 31st.
they were supposed to be here this week, the second week, right?
Correct, but they got behind on other projects because of weather-related issue.
Okay, so when are they coming? When?
Between the 22nd and the 31st,
Weather permitting.
correct, as
Because it
long
was
as
too cold.
we can get back on pace. But next week, we have a few days in the 50s, and
I was gonna bring that up. So today I had to go out to Woodson for PTA, and I've met 6 dump trucks. So they're still bringing dump trucks
So-
at this point. Yeah.
yeah.
I know that was
I
another
thought
thing
they
we
were
were
done.
worried about. I thought so too. That we
They're
were-
very close, but at this point, we would reroute the last few trucks and make them go out the other direction, so we can get
I
the
thought they
paving
were
done.
done. I'm sorry.
2-3 more weeks.
Are they 2-3 more weeks of dump trucks?
Yeah.
Really?
Are we talking about the same place down here?
Solar?
Solar?
The solar farm?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
My
interesting.
dad's driving, so.
Really?
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, 'cause I'm thinking it should be done by then, but, okay, well, thank you.
Yeah, so that's
Okay.
where we're at with that.
So you're gonna reroute though, if they have 2 or
We're
3
gonna
more
do the
weeks.
paving when they can do the paving,
And
and we'll
we-
reroute his dad and the dump trucks the other direction.
And then they need to stay in the other direction, even when the paving's finished, because we don't want them coming
Correct, we're
after
not
the
gonna mess
paving.
up
and-
the largest
okay.
majority of the road paved.
All right, fantastic, guys, thank you for that,
So
okay,
the other things we got going on right now is we're servicing all the equipment, getting it
Okay.
ready for next year. We had a good, all of the equipment made it through, and we're in a good place. And we finished putting up some Christmas decorations, built a crab pot Christmas tree and all
oh,
that.
yes.
Good job.
So that's where we're
Lots
at.
of kudos from the crab pot Christmas tree, no
I
question.
took it
So-
personal. like,
Yeah,
I
well,
wanted-
yeah,
I wanted it to be something special for the whole community. I thought we could do better than what I saw when I came here last year. No offense to
no,
anybody.
no.
But, I wanted the community to be able to feel good about it and brag about it a little bit to the other, I think Cambridge or other places do
Oh,
it
yeah,
too.
yeah.
So I wanted people to know, come on down and we got you beat this time.
Well, you did a fantastic job, yeah, absolutely, and we want to publicly thank Heath's Crab Pots for donating, how many did it take?
289.
289 crab pots, so,
And it
thank
took
you, and thanks for
16
the.
more net lights than it had on it last year.
Oh, wow,
That's what I
okay.
like, the lighting.
And it looks like we could land some NASA stuff over there.
Starving.
Yeah.
Well, guys, well, thank you, no, you guys did a great job with that, and we definitely appreciate it.
And
Yep.
Taw's Insurance for the electric.
Tall's Insurance supplied the electric, well, yes, shout out to Tall's Insurance, Jana,
Thank yous there.
you got a whole list of them?
Yes, ma'am. And in your report
For the end.
for the end.
I'm still looking, but I hope you got some people,
For your
because I just see, yeah, but all I see is just Christmas in Chrisfield, thank you.
Yeah, there's a whole list of people.
Somewhere?
Yes,
Thank you.
It's on the screen when you get to the end.
Oh, thank you.
You're
I'm looking for it now. Okay, I will see it soon.
Yes,
So,
ma'am.
and
Go
this has
ahead.
been, since all got all that out of the way, this has been paperwork week, sat down, and we're gonna send out some letters so we can get into some ditches. So you're gonna be getting,
Easements.
yep, letter in the mail, sign off, it's just saying that we wanna clean the ditch out and make things better.
Fantastic. Okay.
That's where we're at.
All right, any questions for Brian at this point?
Sounds good, Brian.
No questions? Councilman Langford?
Thank you, Brian, thank you.
Fantastic. And Chief, we didn't have you on the agenda, or I would have, because I wanted you to talk, but we didn't amend the agenda. Because I just want you to make that announcement for me, but I just realized you're not on the agenda. Too late to amend, huh?
Do public input.
It's not the public. I can do it under mayor's comments and you can comment. How's that? Okay, all right, that'll work. Okay, fantastic, guys. Thank you so much. And now we have an opportunity for public input. I'm looking around to see if anyone, Miss Tiffany?
Yeah, I'm gonna stay back here, cause I'm
That's
behind
fine.
the scenes.
Okay.
Tomorrow marks my 2 years with the city, and I just wanna say thank you again for all the opportunities that it's brought me. It's been a pleasure being here. It feels like a lot more than 2 years, but in the best way. So,
Okay.
look, I'm here for the long haul, as long as y'all will have me. So, thank you guys for everything. It's really an awesome place to work and an awesome place to be, and I love the city the more I stay here, so.
Well, thank you, Ms.
I
Tiffany.
know Joyce
Appreciate you.
appreciates me.
Yes, and we do. We all appreciate you and we thank you. Definitely appreciate you for doing the other duties as assigned, like this duty, which is not one of her normal duties, but she has some technical skills that have been very valuable.
It's always
So
a pleasure.
thank you so very much. We absolutely appreciate it. Okay, anybody else with public input? We have a youth here, and I'm really excited about that, because you will come, and thank you so much. Yes, what's happening at the school? We missed our other two. Where's Mr.?
Somebody, didn't they have a game or something?
Parades,
Yeah, there was a game.
parades and games.
Okay, I know, they are so busy. You guys are busy, but thank you so much for making the time. Absolutely.
All right, so as far as the marching band, we just started parade season.
Okay.
My name was Pocomo. We got first runner-up. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And it was a big accomplishment because we beat Mardella. So
Oh.
we're like 40 some versus
Okay.
100 some.
I love it. Okay, good.
And we almost beat Snow Hill.
Oh, wow.
So,
Is that who was?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
county,
Yeah, it's theirs.
And then Saturday we had Chincoteague. That was our first ever time coming to Chincoteague.
Oh, really?
Fashion parade as they call it.
Were you there, Brian?
Yep.
Chincoteague Parade?
Yep,
Did you see
they
him
did a
come
great
up?
job.
Oh, good, good, good.
I
I was proud to be there.
Oh yeah, I loved it. I mean, it was amazing. Kind of gave Chrisfield. But I also had some concerns from like a bunch of people as far as like the Chrisfield parade. They were wondering if we could move it down Main Street. This is how we do it with the Labor Day parade.
I've said that 100 times.
And so it's controlled through chamber?
Chamber. I was wondering.
Chamber.
Yeah, I was
It's
wondering.
controlled through the
I
chamber.
talked to Ed 100 times.
And I know that they've done different things, and so sometimes I know at one point it might have been a safety thing, because we had the buildings that we're working on. So I know that there were some issues, and I think that's why they moved it originally. But, no, this time it wasn't. It was, but you guys weren't able to be in it this time, right? Because you were out of school because of the weather. But,
We were wondering because we do Labor Day parade there every year. So I was just wondering
Yeah,
like the difference.
yeah.
You know, I was just asking questions.
no, that's a good question. No, that's a good question. You're right, they do Labor Day again. So that's a question that you can take back.
I've asked 100, I've asked this,
Yes.
The president of the chamber sitting right here,
when
so.
they go in the library,
Yeah,
they
not on the
The
Christmas.
library man. Parade man.
yeah.
Yeah, right, but it comes under the Chamber of Commerce, correct?
I
So
know one
can you,
I know one of the big reasons why they do, and this is just for, it was, when we first did it, it was because 333 Main Street was
Yeah.
falling
Safety
down to
issue.
safety. But the businesses that are on the highway there actually thank the chamber because the accessibility to the businesses, they were open. I know Captain's Carryout was one that was open. We drove by, Sam was looking out. People were going in, getting hot drinks and chocolate and things like that. Whereas you don't have that many businesses
you
on Main
saying
Street
because it
to
don't go all the
supply.
way downtown?
Yes.
Yeah.
When they stop
Yeah,
at the,
because it's easier for them
stop
to
at
just
Subway.
walk in, grab it, and then stand there.
Yeah.
You know, hopefully with the redevelopment of Main Street, Main
Yeah,
Street can
yeah,
be looked
yeah,
at, and
I
I
love-
think
I
the
love it on
chamber
Main Street.
would.
Yeah.
Because
Plus the,
lots of color.
where Labor Day parade ends at,
Subway, what old Subway was, yeah.
6th Street.
Yeah.
It's hard for, you gotta stop traffic from both sides.
Okay,
Okay.
Take all these, go all the way so they can see the beautiful Christmas tree,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Because
yeah.
you can't stop at the 6th.
Got you, yep.
You gotta stop the whole
Including, I
traffic
got you.
Okay.
and then take it around all the way.
In order for
and
it to
it's,
go all the way down that
yes,
way.
yes.
It makes sense.
So it's,
Yeah.
it's
So there's a
mostly
lot of
safety,
reasons.
safety and the business side.
Well, I ask Ed every year, so it's hard to be asked.
But
I
it does
have
make
asked.
sense, 'cause if we go down Main Street, you'd have to stop. You
You
couldn't
have
get the
to stop the
downtown
traffic
area. You couldn't
completely.
get the Christmas tree, you couldn't get that part, but Yeah, I like Main Street, but yeah. But that's a good question.
I'm gonna try, I
Yeah.
ask every year. I ask again.
Anything else, Trent?
So we're doing college tours too at the high school, so,
Okay.
and the good thing about it, like for Stevenson, for example, that's where my sister went. Now, if you tour like with your family one time, and then you tour another time, say with the school or any other organization, you automatically get a $2,000 scholarship. And the same goes
So
for
it becomes
Morgan and
twice. Okay,
Townsend. Yep.
good. That's a new initiative that they have out. I hadn't heard about that, so good.
And that's
Fantastic.
through our community liaison.
Okay, yeah, fantastic. Okay.
That's all.
Fantastic, thank you so very much.
Question for me.
Sure.
And this was something that just jumped in my mind. So how is going to high school with this massive renovation going on? How is that for you?
I mean, it doesn't really interfere, honestly. I mean, I would get input from other people because all my classes are inside. You know, I never have to transport outside, come inside and all that stuff. But it's pretty good, honestly. I mean, they're not, you're not in the hallway and then you see 7 construction dudes walk through. I mean, they just, out and around, they don't interfere at all.
Yeah, I see that they're building, the reason why I brought it up, I see that they're building, I guess it's another stairwell they're building on one of the ends of the building. It's a massive brick structure that they've just.
I haven't even seen that.
Yeah, it's
But they
nice,
clear
it's great to
everything
see.
out.
Good.
Like, it's empty. It looks like nothing is ever there. I mean, I'm not sure if they painted, but everything's cleared out. But it looks good.
Thank you very much, Trent.
Of course.
My only other thing too is that we started with this last year, and I'm not sure where we ended. I think we ended with a water park, but then I think we heard we don't want to do a water park. But we, as a council, are very interested in what the youth wants us to do. So, just getting those feelers out again, just looking for things, just looking for input from the students. Help us understand what can we do from a council perspective to make life better for the youth here in Pittsfield.
I know everybody at school, and even, I remember we did a community cleanup last year at the end of the school year, and we walked right down here past the armory, and they were like, I remember, and like all the teachers were like, I remember this, and I used to this, and all the kids at school were like, well, I'd rather have this, like an entertainment center. You can have it as a movie theater, and then you, like backdrops, and then you can take everything out, make a bowling alley if you want to, something that's transitional.
So you guys are really interested in having that place in that space, perhaps at the Armory or wherever that could be. Okay, fantastic, and yeah, continue that vein for us. That's what we're interested in knowing more about. Thank you so much, and thank you for all the good that you're doing. Did you have any questions, Councilman Langford?
No questions.
Okay, all right, fantastic.
Thank you.
Yes, definitely appreciate you being here. And then we're gonna go to council comments. Councilman Langford, how about we start with you?
I don't have any comment tonight. Thank everybody for everything you're doing. I'm glad the work on our 36 pipeline, pipeline is almost complete. And I just wish everybody a safe and happy holiday season. Thank you.
Oh, that's right, this is our last meeting. Thank you. Absolutely, that's good. We hope. That's the good news. Thank you. Okay, let me see where we're going. All right, we're gonna go your way. Councilman Goldsboro?
Perfect. Keep it short as best as I can. So thanks for everybody for presenting. I'm excited about the the new fire department. I think that could be a great asset for the city, especially if it is where we're hoping it's going to be, near the front of town. Coming into town, seeing a fire department would be really great. One thing I did want to comment on, I read the newspaper today, and in there is a picture of 24 Asbury Avenue, and it is
yes.
a nice site. I really do appreciate that lot being cleaned up. Both of you guys did phenomenal work. Yeah, and I'd like to see more of that come around. I know we've got limited budget to do so, but I think we can work on it. And then the last thing I kind of want to tag in here, before both of you came in, council had meetings with Andrew about raising a fee for abandoned buildings, Joyce, or was it unoccupied buildings? Vacant buildings, and we did not go through with it because we didn't have anybody in code enforcement to do so. So currently, we do have a requirement that you have to register your building for unoccupied, but it is no charge, no fee on it. What we are looking at doing, what we were looking at doing, what we need to bring up, especially before this upcoming budget season, is putting a fee on it so we can account for that in our upcoming budget. I'll set up an email with both of you guys so we can have that conversation with Andrew or Gabby. And then we can start looking at, I think we looked at the other towns and it was roughly about $100 to $200. Some were $1,000, but they were like Salisbury. But we definitely want to get that job done and over with, so when we come time for our budget, we can plan for that funds to come in for you guys to use for demolitions, house cleanups, yard cleanups, and grass cuttings. Okay?
And that's good, because we're planning a working session for fees, and
Perfect.
once you talk to Peter, he can make sure that one's in there.
Mhm.
Okay, good. Vice Council Banks.
Yeah, just, short. I reached out to Design Collective concerning the design for City Dock. Tagged you, Mayor, I believe, in those emails. Haven't heard back from them. Reach out to them again. I want to thank all of our staff and the department heads for the reports that have been given tonight. And those that are going on vacation, have a great vacation. And I want to wish everybody a safe and a Merry Christmas.
Fantastic. Okay, Councilwoman Johnson.
Jason, you done got all your vacations. I know you ain't.
Yeah, I wasn't sure he was in, yes, absolutely, a real person anymore. Councilwoman Johnson.
Since we're nearing the end of the year, I do want to thank all the staff for all that you do. All that you do. They say I talk to, as you see, somebody switched chairs because I'm going down lower.
That's right. That's right.
I told Keith yesterday, I said, I'm going down, but let me raise my voice since I'm going down.
Yes.
We're nearing the end of the year, and I want to thank all the staff for all that you do. I was listening at DJ and Brian and all of you, and Tiffany, and, you know, Fabi and Joyce and Val. You know, I've sat here for a long while, and I'll tell anybody, it is you all, or the people in the offices, that make us look good. I say that all the time. It's not that we don't do hard work, but thank you all so much for all that you do. We really appreciate you very, very much. I know I do, and I know we all do. And I wanted to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a safe and Happy New Year. And Peter, I'm going to try not to bother you for a while about the dog park. I've been trying to wait until it rains so I can go through there and see how much water damage there is. And as the mayor stated earlier, the MDA lady services, that's finally off the ground. I'm still working with Zips. I've said that 100 times, but I am. But I'm appreciative of some of the new businesses and things that we are doing with everything else that everybody wants to see us do. And Chief, if you don't mind me asking, Santa Claus is coming to your town when?
December 8th.
Okay, because somebody asked me today.
December
18th.
Okay, December the 18th. Santa Claus is coming to town at Chris Fields Police Department. At what time?
6 o'clock. And
6.
we're still looking for toys.
Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. All right.
So, and you said that you're still soliciting, because we don't have you on the agenda, but you're still soliciting for toys and donations
Yes, ma'am.
for December the 18th?
Yeah, let me
Okay.
confirm that time.
Okay. And that's it for me, just wishing everybody a safe and prosperous and happy New Year. Wishing everybody a Merry Christmas and a safe and prosperous New Year.
Thank you, Councilwoman Johnson. Councilman Patel.
Not much, just like everybody else says, thank you all. You guys do probably the hardest work, way more harder than us. So thank you all, and Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to everybody. Hopefully next year will be the best year Christmas will ever have. Let's hope and pray for it. And that's it.
Fantastic. Okay, thank you. So now I guess I have a few comments. I'm not going to be long either. It's been a very, very long day. But we want to... I was okay, Val, so you did that. But exactly. Yes, we want to thank everyone for their support. It has been amazing. More good things happening in Chrisfield, and I missed the post, but I need to do that. I'll do it retroactively, because we do want to thank everybody who came out for Christmas in Chrisfield. Val, a special thanks, because I know every year you put so much work into this. And I think it was wonderful, honestly. I think we had a very nice crowd out there. The weather even cooperated. Usually it's the coldest day ever, but the weather even cooperated. And I think it was beautiful. The lights were on, the Christmas tree was lit. People were just, when I left, it was supposed to be over at 7. I left, they were still lined up to do the horse and carriage ride, and they were lined up to do the fire department. Yeah. And then a special thanks to Mr. and Mrs. Santa who were there. So I'm gonna go through the list so I don't miss anybody. We wanna thank Heath's Crab Pots for the crab pots. We wanna thank Tall's Insurance, Jana Tall's for their electrical use. The fire department, Ray Joyner for the fire truck rides, R&B carriage service, free carriage rides for everybody. Heather Ross for the DJ Heat, is that what she's called? I love it. She did a great job with the holiday music. Wanda Tyler, who always sings for us, she did a wonderful job with the music. Lynn Johnson and CHS Majorette Performance, they were really good. Yeah, I saw them, they did a great job. And then little Mr. and Miss Crustacean, they are adorable. Kennedy Bosman and Mason Baum, and Miss Crustacean, she's gonna go far. It's got lots of personality. Sammy, Jean Inslee, she's gonna do well. Sean and Cheryl Hires, Santa and Mrs. Claus, they did fantastic. And then the Christopher Heritage and Lions Club, they offered cocoa and cookies, and it was right on time. It was really good too. And then Brian, and for his original design concept, should put your initials in it, and Public Works team for construction of the prayer pot tea. Chief Lee and the Christopher Fire Department for monitoring and keeping us all in order and safe that day. So that was the Christmas in Chrisfield, and then the Chrisfield Parade, as always, was wonderful. We did miss the bands who couldn't be there because school was out that day. But Ed said the show must go on. And we laughed about that because we thought we would have to cancel. We didn't know what the snow was going to be like. But Ed was, he was determined. He said, I'll call it ear by ear. I'll check in the morning, I'll check in the afternoon, and I'll let you know. And sure enough, he made the right call because it turned out well. And so I got a special thank you to Casey because he was driving Miss Daisy again. And he did a great job of it. Yes, he did. We had fun. We had a lot of fun. So I definitely appreciate that. Chrisville Fire Department again, Public Works, Tall's Brothers. A major shout out to Tall's Brothers. They always come through with a golf cart. The one that we had last year got sold, so we didn't have as many seats in this one, so we couldn't seat everybody. But it was a fabulous golf cart. It was really, really nice. So yeah, someday the city will have money for that, but we're not there yet.
You
And
got
then,
a trophy for your.
You got a trophy.
Got a trophy.
oh, we got
Best
that's
ever.
You guys won best golf cart.
Yeah, we put that up.
Oh,
Yeah, we
it's
put
golf
that
cart.
up.
We'll take it. That's fantastic. And to all the participants who braved the cold, and to all the citizens who came out to watch, we just want to say thank you, and we want to say Merry Christmas to you. That's all my thank yous, Val?
That's all I've got.
Okay, I got a
Leave
couple.
Somebody.
Huh?
Do you have any more?
I'm sure there are more, but a couple of quick announcements. Just a reminder that we're going to have the Title Health meeting on December the 17th. Oh, yep, okay, thank you, that one too. We're going to have the Title Health meeting on December 17th. We have been putting out those notices, but I think now the community is aware that that's going to be a huge meeting. The Title Health is going to come out, and they're going to tell us about their concept for the buildings on Main Street. And so the council did have an opportunity to get a look at that, but we want the public to get a look at that. We do understand that there are concerns and things out there, there's always been. But I just want to go on record as saying that this administration has fought hard to keep this emergency room here. There's no question about that. We've been working with Title Health, but we have fought hard. When I walked in this door in June of 2022, I got a message in December that said, the emergency room will close on April the 1st. And so there was all this concern, all of this. We immediately met with Title Health. We met with our legislators. We met with people from the governor's office. We met with a number of folks, HSCRC, even Delegate Sample Hughes was very instrumental in helping us get in contact with the right people. So we have put in a lot of effort to keep this emergency room here. 3 years ago, it was going to close. So we've been able to keep it open for the 3 years. And so what we realize, though, is it will be a business decision. We're trying as much as we can to influence that, but it's a real business decision, and they do things based on their numbers. So the reality of it is, we do understand that. And we said, as being part of the solution, I give Title Health credit. They said, we're not looking to leave Chrisfield. We want to do something, and they wanted to do something. And so we became part of that solution and offered them to be able to be on Main Street. And so we are grateful, too, that they are willing to put up this new facility. We want to have as much influence as we can on what services will be provided from that. But I just want to go on record as saying that, yes, we bought 3 years, and because we are building a building, we're buying at least 2 more years, because we know that those services will continue while that building is also being built. But it's all open for discussion. We encourage every single resident to come out to view what Title Health is planning to do. but we are very grateful that they want to stay in Crisfield and that we're a committed partner to try and find a solution that will work for our town. So please do come out December the 17th at Crisfield High School, and it's 5 to 7, so it is actually 5 o'clock. They were planning to be there. I think they'll have a presentation where they'll show you what they're planning to do. And for us, Main Street would be the place because it would be a catalyst for us. It would definitely be a catalyst. The goal is what services will be provided there. But I think it's excellent that we're going to get a state-of-the-art building, and that construction would happen right here on our Main Street. So I just wanted to go on record as everybody understanding that we, the city, I think there is not a person in the city who would want to see the emergency room closed, especially the council. That's never been our goal. We have fought hard for the past 3 years to keep that emergency room open. And we're grateful that it's been open for as long as it has, and we would love to see it continue. And we'll do our best at whatever we can. So I needed to put that out there because I don't do Facebook, but I might as well. And that's all I'll say about that. People just, oh, did you see this? Did you see? Anyway, it's okay. Now for the good news. We are really excited because Project Restore was going to open 3 businesses, and that's something that we did, we've been working on for the past year. So we now have those 3 businesses that have to be open by December 31st. So we're excited to announce that they will be open. The first one was already open, is Inspiration Health, and that one is where the old liquor store used to be. And if you recall, Councilwoman Johnson had him come in here and he talked about his services. So that business is already up and running. The second business is the Home Kitchen, which is Mr. Vinay Singh. So that's going to be over there on 253 North Somerset, where the old sub shop was, across from the high school. And then he's going to have his grand opening and his ribbon cutting ceremony on December the 12th at 2 o'clock. So we're excited that that business is going to open before the end of the year. And then the final one that we have struggled with, how we were going to get this third business up and running. But we're really excited that Mr. James Jackson is going to be opening what's called Out of Time. And it is going to be like an entertainment kind of space. So it's going to be right there across from Subway, what we call the Black Eyed Susan? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's going to be right in that building, 523 Main Street. And that's actually going to have their ribbon cutting and grand opening on December the 29th at 1 p.m. So we're cutting it close, but we're going to make it to the end of the year with the 3 businesses and Project Restore. And my hat's off to Jennifer, who's not here tonight, but I mean, she worked hard to get, because we had to get state approval for all of these. And we had to have them approved. And there was a lot of documentation that was required for each of these businesses. But she was very vigilant and determined to make sure that all those pieces fit together, especially this last business, that this was not the business that was planned there. We had planned to do a daycare. Unfortunately, we could not get through that process. So at the last minute, it was either give the money back or find a business who could get up and running by December the 31st. That was a major challenge. But thanks be to God, we did do that. So I'm excited and hope you all will join us for those ribbon cutting ceremonies. Okay, and then we got some more good news, right? Okay, so the more good news is...
Do you want to come up or just talk?
Stand up and talk. You're not on the agenda, so you can't really...
Chief Downing with the Berlin Police Department, a man I have a tremendous amount of respect for, 26 years as police chief of the city of Berlin. I've kept friendship with him over time. The average life of a police chief in this country is 3 to 5 years.
Oh, that's not good. You mean the average time they spend in office? Let's just say it that way. Okay. Yeah, let's be careful about that.
Yeah, he's been there 26 years, and that takes ability. And I have a tremendous amount of respect for him. So he reached out to me and offered us another police car. It's a 2017 Ford Explorer. And the thing is, just like last time, it's not just a car. It's equipped with lights, a radar system. You know as well as I know, that's expensive.
Yes.
And he's given that all to us because we have a great relationship, and he knows each other. And that'll go, all we have to do is spend a few $100 to get him striped to Crisfield, and it's ours.
Fantastic, fantastic. So if you guys, I hope you guys had seen the one that we got the first time. It's a nice looking truck, honestly. It really does look good. And so we're excited about that. My hat's off again to Zach, and in case you're listening, Mayor Zach of Berlin, because usually he'll reach out to me once the council there approves it. Then Zach would usually reach out. Yeah, he's a great guy. I owe him some oysters, but I'm gonna work on that. Chief, thank you so much, and thank you for negotiating that and for getting us those vehicles, because that saves us a tremendous amount of money. So now we need any news on the
Oh, we were gonna get it.
Oh, man.
There
We
were
were actually,
four in front of us.
what was it called?
Excavator?
It was an excavator, yeah.
I was gonna tell them not to meet with that.
Oh, okay, well, now he knows. But we
Way to
will
go
continue,
publicly.
we will continue to look for things. The chief is really good at looking for equipment that's out there because it's really expensive. And we do need an excavator, which will help with digging our ditches. So we can't afford one right now, but the chief had found one that, you know, looked in really decent shape. But unfortunately, it looks like someone else got that one. But continue to look for us. Continue to look for that for us. And again, guys, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to all of you and to your families. God bless you, staff. We have a Christmas party coming up sometime soon. I think Val, when is it? It's next Thursday?
18.
The 18th, and it's at the American Legion, is that right? What time is it, Val?
2.
2 o'clock. I needed to get all that together because I need to know where I need to be.
What thing is it? 1 o'clock?
What's that?
When the ribbon cutting at?
On the 18th?
Yeah.
Did I say that?
What's on 18?
Title Health.
Title Health.
Title Health on the 17th.
17.
On the 18th, I don't know of
We
anything
don't
else.
have anything else.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything else on the 18th.
It's on,
Santa
Oh, that's,
Santa
that's,
Claus is the 18th.
Santa.
Yeah,
None.
of the Christmas party. Okay, all right, well, we're waiting on you, Councilwoman.
Motion to adjourn.
All in,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
All right.
All right.